going on, everybody? Today we are going to talk about why most jewelry stores struggle to track in-store sales from digital marketing and how to fix it. So in this article, this kind of comes from, we were actually talking with a pretty big jewelry store, and what we basically did was we literally looked at all of the questions and the problems that they asked. It was like an hour and a half long demo. And they asked so many good questions that I was like, we got to write an article on this. So a lot of these are just going to be bullet points from the demo that we had with a 14 location jewelry store. So let's dive in. So the number one problem, if you're a jewelry store watching this, that you probably struggle with is equating your in-store sales to digital ads, right? How do I know if my digital marketing is actually leading to in-store sales? Many question too, whether the ads are actually leading to the revenue growth. Like maybe you're running advertising right now and your revenue is up 10, 15%. Well, you're up, but like, how do you equate it back to it? That's something we're going to cover in this article. This is a very common pain point, really heard, especially from all of our clientele in the retail space. Very, very common pain point. Business is up, but how do I know if it's the marketing, Cody? Very, very common, and especially in the jewelry space, I could see that being huge. One of the reasons for this is that point of sale systems in the jewelry space, whether it's ASE or the common one, the Edge, they're just not built for marketing attribution. Okay, they don't natively integrate with platforms like Meta and Klaviyo when it comes to tracking that. You run the Meta ad, you send out the email, you send the SMS message through Klaviyo. How do you know how much revenue that SMS, the mass blast, or the 7 Meta ads you have running, how do you know if they actually drove in sales? They're getting clicks, maybe they're getting views, but how do you know if it actually drives in purchases? One of the other pain points this retailer really struggled with is they will look at their sales data and they will try to match that back to the performance of a Meta ad, Klaviyo. But oftentimes it's weeks later that they're asking the current agencies that they're working with, can I get these sales reports? Yeah, but they send it, late July for June. Well, June's already passed. So they're getting these matchback reports, as they called it, back late. Another thing is, really the data usage when it comes to targeting people on the front end. So we talked a little bit about tracking, okay? You can take that transaction history and actually use that data to track the individuals that have purchased. But on the front end with targeting, this particular retailer was blown away that they could take their ASE data or Edge data, for a lot of you watching this, and actually target those people on the front end by matching them to Facebook and Instagram profiles, or just automatically uploading via our software tool, shameless plug, but Omni Lightning, where you can actually integrate it with the Edge or ASE to automatically send your emails directly into Klaviyo or send that data to Meta to match with people's Facebook and Instagram profiles. So the low match rates just waste the advertising spend, right? Because most people don't even know that you can target your existing customers by either, you can do it manually by yourself, you can take an Excel spreadsheet, upload that to Meta, and it will match with people. But oftentimes that's obviously not automated, it's clunky, you have to get the formatting right. Our tool just automatically does it for you, and you don't have to lift a finger. We do everything. But when it comes to wasting ad spend, you just aren't able to effectively target your existing customers. So another thing too that this retailer said that they've always struggled with is the mismashing of tools, right? You have all these different tools. You maybe have a tool for SMS. You have a tool for email. You certainly have different, things you're looking at inside of Meta. But our platform brings it into one location where you can see your in-store sales performance across all of your marketing on Klaviyo and Meta. Super, super simple. You will never have to wonder again, what did this email drive in revenue? What did this SMS mass send we send drive in revenue? What are this meta campaign we ran for this specific event, this specific sale we have throughout the year? How much revenue did it generate? You won't have to wonder again, which is very, very useful in future planning, obviously, as well. They just wanted a clear picture, right? This retailer does so many things throughout the year, but it comes back to that common problem of they don't know if it works. Their word that they actually used was looking at it basically like a Frankenstein approach. It's just all over the place the way that they word it. This, I think, is probably a common one. If you're a store owner watching this, you just lose faith in, like, you're spending all of this money, right? And you feel like you're wasting money on this marketing spend, right? And I feel you. You want to know the money you're spending, you're getting a positive ROI from. And that was this store owner in particular. He just wondered, like, okay, how well are the ads actually doing? All this money we're spending on these digital advertising platforms, or traditional media too. It's not just digital, but how is it actually working? And we'll come to some solutions here in just a minute. But another thing that they commented on is most advertising agencies only focus on online metrics. So the impressions, the clicks, the likes, the comments, right? Which is all good to have, right? You need clicks to translate to in-store sales. But the only reporting they really ever got from the advertising agencies they worked with was just that. Impressions, likes, comments, clicks, views. It never was this advertising campaign created 37 brand new customers in store. They never had that conversation with the agency that they worked with. So let's get into just a little bit of the solutions for this and how you as a jewelry retailer can really track your in-store sales. So I mentioned it a little bit, but if you're a retailer that wants to take your business to the next level, you have to be using data. And again, you can do this stuff manually. I've talked about this in prior videos. You can download your point of sale data directly from your point of sale system into a CSV file. Literally just Google or watch a YouTube video on uploading customer data to Meta. It's not difficult. It's just the formatting has to be perfect in order for this to work. And oftentimes, from what I've seen is point of sale systems, the download report, it's not conducive to actually uploading effectively. And then therefore it's your match rate. So let's say you have 100,000 customers in your point of sale system, right? Let's say you upload it and it only matches with 5,000 people. Well, that's 95,000 people it didn't match with. So what good was that? You left 95% of the people, on the table, if you will, not being targeted. A tool like Omni Lightning does it via an API. So we do it automatically and instantly. Once we're connected to your point of sale system, you don't have to lift a finger. Every 24 hours, the data flows in from the prior day of new customers. We can actually show you a feed of the people that were actually uploaded, the number of individuals. So very, very, very effective. Here's a, if you take nothing else away from this video, big recommendation. If you're a retailer watching this, whether you're a jewelry or not, but hence the title, you're probably a jewelry retailer. The phone number it's the gold standard for data. I don't know if I came up with this, to be honest, but I maybe stole this from somebody. So if I did, got to give credit where credit's due out there. But the phone number is like the digital thumbprint. Everybody has a unique phone number, and they typically only have one. Where if somebody comes in and shops with you, let's just use an example, right? They give you their name, they give you their email. The way these advertising platforms work is the first and last name, email, and phone number are the four most important data points. If you only had to get 3, though, I would say first name, last name, phone number. Because if you get first name, last name, email, the email on these advertising platforms may not be the one that they give you in store, right? But the phone number they give you in store is probably going to match. That's how these advertising platforms will take your data and match, but then also with the transactions, somebody sees the Facebook ad, they come in and they buy. We track that based on the phone number. So very, very, very effective. That's just a tip right there. And you're typically going to have match rates. So that same 100,000 customers that I gave as the example, you're going to typically have, with the phone number and email, about 70 to 80%. So that manual nature you just did before with 5,000, let's just use that as the example. Our software would give you 70 to 80,000 people that you can now target with Facebook and Instagram ads. Dashboard updated every 24 hours. So if you want to go in tomorrow and see sales for today, tracked attributed sales to your marketing efforts, you can do that via our dashboard. And it's going to split it up between new customers and existing customers. So to kind of wrap things up here, the final point I'll make is, you really, if you're a jeweler that is really wanting to focus on new customers and existing customer acquisition and want to just talk strategy, I say in all my videos, we're not going to try to sell you. If you just want to talk to us about how to do some of these things on your own, please reach out to us. Obviously, we would love to earn your business and to help you via our software and all of our other services. But use data in 2025 here to grow your business. And I'm telling you, your business is going to shoot up in revenue. So until next time, thank you so much for watching this video, and schedule a demo or a call with us on our website if you're interested in chatting more. Thank you so much.